Hey, what's poppin', y'all? Kitchen is now open. Hey, Marino. Yes, chef. Open Steve's Kitchen, please. What's going on, everybody? Good afternoon. It is Monday, February 13th, 2023, and this is another live edition of Steve's Kitchen here on the Around the Point Network. The kitchen is now open, ladies and gentlemen. Hope all of you are having a wonderful day, beginning of your week day, if that makes sense. I know a lot of you guys, after a long night of partying, right, last night, had to go into work, right? The grind don't stop, and here we are. What's going on, everybody? I am that Peruvian Fight TV extraordinaire. Some would call me a gambling degenerate. Uh, some would call me the Prince of
We would
Peru.
all call you a gambling degenerate.
Nobody's calling you the Prince of Peru.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Those days are over. But I am Steve. What's going on, everybody? We got the gang here in full effect. We got the pride of Detroit, the enforcer himself, a sous chef himself, Big Mike. What's going on, Big Mike?
I'm doing all right.
Alrighty. And of course, we got he's currently in Texas, not in Florida. Like he's moving in. Line cook, Mr. Caden Lee.
What's up, guys? I am in a different place right now than I usually am in Texas because my mom is mopping, so I cannot be in the living room. I had to find a new location. It is extremely echoey in here.
Hey, listen, hey man, you sound good to me, man. I don't know, but you sound good, man. Keep that up. And of course, coming in here from True Heel Heat and True Heel Heat Sports, he is today in charge of hospitality and entertainment here at the restaurant. The one, the only Romeo.
Hello. What a
Hello.
shitty weekend.
Well, tell me, depends. I mean, if you're a Chiefs fan, it was a great weekend, right?
Fuck them.
If you're from Dagestan, it was a great weekend too.
Fuck them too.
You know, but if you're Australian out there in the building, it was an amazing weekend, right? It was amazing. You know, show credit, you didn't get the result you wanted, but you know, you get what you get. But look, what is this, Kaden? What are you doing? I can't even hear you, man.
You muted.
He's muted, man. Kaden, you're muted. You're muted, Kaden.
I know.
Like you were talking.
No, I'm like, I'm just trying to get shit figured out over here.
I hear you. I hear you, man. Trying to get shit figured out. Trying to get yourself settled in and all that stuff. But hey, man, I hear you. Save this for a little bit. Save this for a bit here. So it's a lot to get into this weekend. Matter of fact, it's a loaded weekend in general in wrestling. It's a loaded fucking weekend, right? You have 2 pay-per-views coming up literally on the same day, right? You have Elimination Chamber on Saturday, and then at 10 p.m. here on the East Coast is New Japan's Battle in the Valley. So, Romeo, I know we're ready for that watch along, right? It's gonna be a crazy.
Can't wait.
Can't wait either. Cannot wait. But for those of you that are probably wondering how to get this worked out, right? So I'm not about to do 2 predictions in one show. We're not having that. No. So this Thursday, around, let's say 8 p.m., Thursday, 8 p.m., we'll go live with the predictions for New Japan's Battle in the Valley, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Why are you going up against Impact, man? What's wrong with you?
Hey, man, someone's got to do it. So why not? So there's that, 8 p.m. Eastern time. There you go. We'll do this. And then on Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern time, on the flagship show, on Around the Point, we'll preview and predict Elimination Chamber. That will go down also on Saturday. So that's how we're doing it. That's how it's going to go down. Now, this can change. We'll keep you guys posted on the social medias and all that stuff. So, without further ado, all right, again, it's a loaded week. I am excited for what it is. So without further ado, guys, let's
fucking go.
So you know what? Fuck it. Let's start off with this because it just happened literally yesterday, right? The Super Bowl was yesterday.
Fuck that game.
Fuck that game. That's how we're feeling. Fuck that game.
There's one word to describe the entire weekend. That's robbery.
I was about to say fix. The fix was
That's it.
in.
It's a synonym.
Exactly. Robbery, disappointment, high hopes.
I haven't
ruining-
felt this way since Amanda Serrano.
Really?
Really.
I haven't felt this way since Peru losing to Australia. I have not felt.
It
Granted,
deserved to lose.
come on, man. That's below the belt there, man.
That Peru shot themselves in the foot. That's different.
Well, you
It's
know
their
what it
fault.
is, bro. Yeah, it is their fault because they thought that the Australians were not going to play good. They thought, okay, this country plays cricket. What do they know about soccer? They play rugby, and they got played in penalty kicks. So but that's again that feeling though. That's how I felt, that whole weekend, right? But the game, for what it was worth. Now, mind you, I am not a football expert here. Like you guys know this already. I am not a football expert. I'm not going to give you guys analysis and all this stuff, right? But based off what I saw, it was until that last play, it was a good game. It was back and forth, right? I think everyone going in thought Philly was going to win. Everyone going in thought
I don't agree with that.
Well, you didn't think Philly was going to win?
No, it was
No.
the spread. It was actually the Chiefs were. I looked at ESPN right before the game started. The Chiefs were actually favored to win on their predictability. It was like 54%.
But
Okay,
they were
you
going
look
in
like-
as the underdog on sportsbooks, though. So
On sport, but it was like barely, right?
It was close.
it was close.
It's
I mean,
the closest
spread
Super
was
Bowl
1.5.
that's been
Okay, you might want to
Live
spin your
spread was
mic,
5.5.
Caden. You might want to spin the mic, Caden.
That better?
Yep.
There you go.
All right, so now I know that this side sucks.
There you go. There you go. Remember, the light is where you want to be on. The light. Remember that. The little
Yeah,
light.
exactly. Yeah.
There you go. But again, based off what I saw, again, I am not a football expert here. I'm not. But based off what I saw, it was a good back and forth game. Touchdowns were being scored left and right. Until that last play. Till that call. I'm sorry, the call.
You know what, Steve? I'm gonna be honest. I'm sick of this game. I'm sick of talking about this. We talked about this for 2 hours last night over on True Heel Heat Sports. I'm tired. I feel the way I do about the penalty. I know not a lot like ESPN. Obviously, they're not going to criticize it because they don't want to lose their. They don't want to get in
Rights.
trouble with the league because they're rights holders. That's why you don't criticize. We went over this in one of my sports classes. You can't criticize if you're a rights holder. It's not good with the league. But I feel like the Eagles got screwed there. I'm disappointed. I think it was a bad penalty. I did see. I don't know who it was, but I forgot who it was on ESPN. But somebody said that if you're a player and the opposing team or if you have white arm sleeves, do not wear dark gloves. And that's what he had. He had dark gloves and white arm sleeves, and it basically creates a target because they can notice it easier. They can notice where, especially if you're playing against a team that has white uniforms on, like the Chiefs did last night. You can see everything. So I do think that's partially that is something I think that players kind of need to think about now in those types of games. Like I think now it's important. You have to think about what color gloves you're wearing, which I think it's an interesting point. But I'm kind of sick of this.
You cannot call that penalty as a referee, as a human
agree.
being. This is the biggest game of the year. Millions and millions and millions of people are watching. I don't know what the rating was, but wow, that had to be
Millions
Yeah.
and millions.
Nobody,
Of
as
people.
enjoyable as that game was, nobody wants to see the referees decide who wins. Let Kansas City earn it. They're good enough to do it on their own. Let them. That was an uncatchable ball too. Nobody's talking about that. Uncatchable. That ball's out of bounds. How do you call that?
The
Ridiculous.
difference, I don't think the uncatchable part plays a role because uncatchable would be for pass interference. Holding doesn't matter. The thing is that they threw the holding after the play, And that's what you and they could. That's I think they were gonna call pass interference, and they're like, oh, it's uncatchable. I guess we gotta call holding on that instead, which is what you do, right? But I think you should have thrown that flag immediately, and they didn't. They waited until the play was over, and I think if you would have made that catch, they're obviously not going to make that call.
The NFL is rigged. Mahomes gets that call. I bet you Hurts wouldn't have got that call.
They
Hell no.
they threw the flag late, and I think we said this last night. Everybody thought it was going to be a roughing the passer.
Yeah, a lot of
I
people
thought it was
did.
going to be a roughing the passer, but until they showed it, I was like, okay, I see it, but it's still questionable if you make that call. You know, it's so late in the game, so tight.
Yeah.
It's a determining
And the
factor.
only call
It's
you made
just-
all game. That
but
was
they
the
did
only
it,
holding
it's
call.
only the NFL.
Yeah, it was. It was the only holding call.
2 Chiefs games in a row decided by a penalty.
Now my dog's barking.
I don't hear him, but that's fine.
Now, she barked like once, and now she shut up. She's like right behind me.
Okay.
There's the
There you
dog.
are, Mike. Like you froze there for a sec as you were
Yeah.
explaining. But you know, again, it's unfortunate how a game gets ruined by a referee call. You know, and there's people like I remember Romeo in the chat. They were saying, "Oh, that's fine though. Hey, you play to win, this and that." And I think it was Top Guy who said this. You know, imagine if this was your team playing right now.
That's why I'm so numb to it, because this happens to my team all the time.
You know what I mean? But not just
And mine.
and many others, and you know what? And there's some fans out there who can't relate to being in a Super Bowl. Hell, even a AFC or NFC championship game. So they can't relate to this magnitude of the situation. You know, but until it happens to you. But again, it was a bullshit call. Fucking bullshit. You know, and I'm pretty sure that referee right now
Play
is.
the clip, Steve. Play the clip.
What do you mean, man?
We got one.
What? Got
Where's
what?
that Tony Khan? That's fucking bullshit.
Well, listen, man. First of all, you know,
This is some bullshit.
That's not the Tony one.
hey, but close enough, man. Close enough. All right. You want to be
That's
happy?
fucking bullshit.
Thank you, Steve.
There you go, man. There you
Eric
go.
Bischoff. That's some fucking bullshit.
Guarantee there's a lot of Eagles fans yesterday who were basically.
I'm not happy. I'm pissed off. Look at me.
And then he punched Swerve.
Yeah, basically. But that referee,
Oof.
man.
Philadelphia still exists. It's not burnt to the ground.
I did not
I
see
haven't
it
checked the
being
news.
burnt to the
I
ground.
didn't check the news either. You would think,
I haven't
breaking
got
news.
an update from the Rockets players. Maybe they got lost in the gravel and debris.
You know, we don't know. We don't know yet. But
Let me ask my good buddy, sober guy JJ. He's a live correspondent in Philadelphia.
reporting live from Philly.
Yeah, but all
clears-
of those updates from the Rockets players from their hotel, it was hilarious. Everybody was like, "These guys need to go to bed. They got a game
Clears.
tomorrow."
clear
just
skies,
today.
clear skies, and sun shines, and you know, what else could you ask for? You know. But again, guys, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. If you're in the chat, let us know, and all that fun stuff as well. Got questions for us? We'll answer them too. All right. But again, that was the Super Bowl. I had like 12 wings. So there was that. I had 12 wings. Mango habanero and lemon pepper. What about you, Big Mike? What'd you have on the Super Bowl? What did you eat?
I had. You want to hear everything I had?
Let's hear this, Mike. Let's hear this.
I had spaghetti, ribs, chicken thighs, chicken wings, salad.
Okay, go salad. Okay. What kind of
and
salad?
This is a regular salad.
Okay.
Corn and dessert like cheesecake, like chocolate cheesecake.
There you go. What about you, Kaden? What you have, Kaden? What did you have?
I had pizza,
What kind of toppings?
pepperoni.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. What about you? What about you, Roman? What did you have?
I ate a bunch of L's is what I ate. L's. These
Bunch of
damn
L's.
parlays.
Tell me about it.
Yeah,
Tell me
same
about it.
here too. But I won
Same.
all my money back in slots. So
Well, I'm hoping to win my money back. Well, part of it today. And
And you know what? Fuck FanDuel and their bingo. What the hell was that?
yeah, that was terrible.
Well, listen,
Terrible.
I'm waiting. 24. Didn't it say 72 hours?
No, your reward is a free other free games. That's your
How
reward.
is that a reward? I'm in a contest to win a
Yeah.
reward to go into another contest. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
that was your reward. That's it. It's over.
It's terrible. It's a travesty. Fucking travesty, right? Serious. Let's be real about it. It's a fucking travesty. But there you go, man. Fuck FanDuel. Fuck DraftKings.
Yeah, once
Fuck
I get
every-
my $50 check from DraftKings, I'm closing that account. That
Yeah,
site sucks.
Fuck everybody. Fuck all these gambling sites. Fuck them all, yo. Fuck them all. Fuck them all, yo.
Yeah.
By the way,
we bet today
DraftKings
on
had a
basketball.
squares. DraftKings had a squares game where like they give you two numbers, and at the score of the end of a quarter is those two numbers, you win something. I won $2.34. Thank you, DraftKings. Wow.
Then you know what? Take back what I love DraftKings. It's amazing. It's awesome, yo.
It's the
DraftKings.
34 cents.
That
For me.
ain't
It's the
enough
34
money.
cents. That's hilarious. That's what a weird number.
Yeah.
That is not enough money.
Not enough money in the world, man. Not enough money in the world. But so there was that. Also, this past Saturday was UFC 284 live from the RAC Arena,
The Romeo
in
Anthony Cologne Arena.
the Roman Anthony Cologne Arena in Perth, Australia.
Yeah,
And the
I gotta
main
go visit sometime.
yeah, the main event was UFC featherweight champion Alexander the Great Volkanovski going up in weight in his home country to take on the lightweight champion Islam Makhachev, and it was everything I expected. Everything going into this fight, and I said this to people that Volkanovski's height, his body frame, will be an advantage in this fight, and I was right. Was he gonna get taken down? Yes, he did. He got taken down. Any other guy that gets taken down by Islam, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. All right. Volkanovski got back up multiple times. Volkanovski weathered the storm. Volkanovski fought to perfection. And to me, Alexander Volkanovski won the fight. I think all of us here, right? We're all going like, yeah, this is amazing. And one of the best performances that we've seen, right, live. Across the board here, right?
Yeah.
And we go to the judges' scorecard. And we're like, okay, all right. And you hear Bruce Buffer like you're waiting for and new, right? You hear the and still.
Great drama, by the way. He's so good. He's so goated. He's so
And we're
goated.
like, fuck, yo. And still. And
And I
everyone
threw my phone.
and everyone around the world were basically like,
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
everybody everywhere around the world watching the fight. And listen, the sad part about it is, yo, like today I went to the gym. There's one guy that goes to the gym. He's like, yeah, man, Makhachev won the fight. I'm like, how? Listen, I rewatched this fight. I want to know how.
You can definitely give him round 4. Round 1 is up for debate. I'll
Yes.
give it to you. It's up for debate. The other 3 are Volkanovski. Sorry. So that one judge that had it 4 rounds to 1.
4.
Ridiculous.
Yes, 3 rounds. To me, Volkanovski won 3 rounds to 2. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those situations, man, where again, people can say, "Oh, it's a close fight." Not even close. Not even close, man. Not
When
even close.
when he has Volkanovski down on the ground with ground control, he's not even doing anything. He's just hogging him. It's not dominant control. Like he's not doing any damage whatsoever. Volkanovski was laughing at him like the Joker. He's laughing at him. This is the best you
Yes.
got. This is all you could do.
Feel about this the same way I feel about the Super Bowl. I'm sick of this shit. I'm kind of just done talking about it. Like we had 2 Saturday and Sunday.
Which
Just
is more
ended
rigged,
with,
the UFC
like-
or the NFL?
UFC.
Yeah, like I'm like great fight, great game. Both ended up with some bullshit.
Everything we're talking about on this show is all rigged. It's all scripted. Everything.
Yeah, everything that UFC fight was scripted. I mean, whoever wrote the script, I look, I assume they got Vince McMahon to write the script for the Super Bowl because he created this amazing. I said this last night on True Heel Sports. Created this amazing match, right? You have this great script, and you even got a good Rihanna performance in there, and created some
Great.
like some people are arguing about it, but then you like WWE, they like to create moments, so they had the moment of Rihanna being pregnant while doing it. They liked their moment, so they even had their moment, and they had this amazing back and forth. They had the person who hit their comeback. They got their comeback moves like Okada hitting that the drop kick, and then he does his comeback there. Amazing. Like, or hitting the hot tag. Like Montez Ford has a great hot tag. He hit the hot tag. And then he did that count out finish or that disqualification that Vince
like a low
McMahon,
blow,
ooh,
low
he
blow.
loves his count outs. He loves his non-finishes. And that's what that was in the Super Bowl. That's what it was in the UFC. Vince McMahon, he got paid this weekend writing some scripts. He wrote 2 great scripts that ended up with some bullshit finishes. And that's how you know Vince wrote this.
I'm so annoyed. It's so frustrating as a fan.
It's frustrating. It is because you hear the thing about it. He what gets to me too with this Islam Makhachev, with the whole Volkanovski thing, right? This could happen to anybody. It's not, and the sad part about it is, it's not the first time nor the last time this will happen. And it sucks because here's a guy, and again, I know that Volk was a rugby player at one point, right? But imagine this scenario, okay? Someone who came from nothing, came literally from nothing, lived in a third world country from nothing. All he knew growing up was fighting, right? Trains his entire life for the biggest moment, for this biggest fight of his life, right? World championship, the biggest payday, what have you, right? And he fights to perfection. And it gets taken away from him by a judge's scorecard. But in the eyes of everyone, he won. That person won. That's the part that is fucking frustrating. And I think when it comes down to it,
go ahead.
That, you know, at the end of the day, bro, something got to be done about these judges, bro. Something's got to be done about these fucking judges. Whether that is, you know what, in between rounds, show us their cards. Like, all right, this is what's going on. Or, you know what, put them in a different room where they're not influenced by nobody.
Or hang them if they get it wrong. Hang them. Sorry, I've been watching too much Last of Us. Sorry.
Or you know what? Or you know what?
I still have not watched the last
Or
one.
you know what?
It's Black History Month.
Or you know what? You know what? Have them be at the press conference. Have them be at the press conference.
Oh, so they can ask them those cupcake questions?
No. Listen, explain this to us. Explain this shit. Granted, the media did not have a good showing. Did not have a good showing on Saturday at the post-fight press conference.
By the way, Volkanovski is way too humble. He's way too humble when they're interviewing him after. Like, no, I would have been pissed off.
Yeah,
I would have been saying I won. I don't have to watch that back. What? Watch it back. I won.
yeah.
Exactly. That's the thing. He won. And unfortunately, you get what you get.
He earned so much credit with me. He's one of my favorite fighters now. Top
He is,
three.
to me, bro, he is still the top. He is the pound for pound best fighter around the world right now.
He proved everybody he belongs. He said he'll be back. He'll be back in that division.
And I get to tell you, and I tells you this right now. I'll tell you this. If you're anyone right now in 155, oh brother, you are licking your chops right now. You are licking your chops right now. If you're someone in that 155 division, after seeing Islam Makhachev perform the way he did, after getting exposed by the featherweight champion who's a weight division below you, oh man, it's over. It's a wrap.
And he's gonna go back and fight Rodriguez. He's gonna kill Rodriguez. Kill him.
It should be a good fight, though. That should be a good fight. After all, at the end of the day, with that fight, you got to remember, Yair Rodriguez did that in Josh Emmett. Put the beatings on him. Put the beating on, and that's where I went wrong. I had him on my bad. Josh Emmett, and I had him. I know, and I learned the hard way. And
when does UFC update their rankings?
I think Tuesday, today or tomorrow.
Okay, still has Volkanovski number one.
Yeah, to me, he's still number one. I don't care what anyone says. To me, he's still number one.
Should be.
But yeah, man. If you're Justin Gaethje, if you're Michael Chandler, you're Dustin Poirier, you're Dariush right now. Seeing that, oh, buddy, you're just licking your chops right now. Bottom line, bro, it's crazy right now. It's fun. And then you look at the cards coming up. You got Usman versus Edward Street. You got John Jones versus Cyril Gane, the next pay-per-view coming up.
2 weeks apart.
Exactly. And then you got Pereira versus Adesanya 2 in Miami with Gilbert Burns and Masvidal in the co-main event of that card. Bro, you have a stacked card right now.
3 big fight nights.
Big
also got Valentina on that John Jones card.
Yeah, man. It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy.
Where's that at? Did they say?
Which one?
Jones versus Gane. Where are they fighting?
That's in Vegas.
Okay.
To my understanding. T-Mobile Arena. After all, again, it's John Jones' return fight, so they're doing Vegas. You already know. Like, that is going to be in fucking Las Vegas at the end of the day. So, I can't wait, man. It's going to be a fucking good card.
Can't wait. Gane has no chance. No shot. He's getting smoked.
Yep. Getting smoked, man. Because, again, remember, y'all got to remember, if Francis Ngannou did that to Cyril Gane on one leg, imagine what John Jones is going to do to him.
John Jones is only minus 155. What? You kidding me?
That's crazy.
Put your whole savings on that, John Jones.
Minus 155?
I wouldn't go there. No.
Watch, I guarantee you there's like a representative of FanDuel or DraftKings listening right now. We got him. He said it.
You parlay him with Valentina, it's a great night.
And the next thing you see, the day of the fight, John Jones loses. So does Valentina.
No. There's no way.
Then
I'll know for sure the UFC is the most rigged thing in town. Then I'll know.
Look at this. Ellie under down. Jay White on Raw tonight. Grand fucking T.
That is
Scary.
No, Jay White still has a match against Eddie Kingston on Saturday. I think Jay White. So here's my.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I knew it. I love when he does that.
Are we going to transition to the Jay White talk? Because I'm sick of UFC. I don't know shit.
Well, of course you don't know shit. Most motherfuckers don't know shit. I'm kidding.
You don't got that card? You don't know shit.
You
Nah,
don't
it's
know
not.
shit.
Not yet. But I do have some other clips though. I do have some other clips.
Can I transition into Jay White?
Yeah,
Well,
you already were.
You I know he wants like you notice how he does.
I want to talk wrestling.
Well,
This is
listen,
my
He's
man.
the one that transitioned. He read the comment.
You read the comment. Listen, man. So
I
all
wanted to
right.
make sure he was okay with that. Look, so let's talk about this. Jay White had a loser leaves Japan match against Hikuleo, former member of the Bullet Club. Jay White kicked out his brothers Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Hikuleo turned on him, and then obviously the Bullet Club beat the shit out of Hikuleo. And this was, they had their loser leaves Japan match in Osaka at the New Beginning in Osaka, February 11th, 2023. And Jay White lost. This comes on the heels of reports from Fightful Select earlier this year in January that WWE was interested in both Hikuleo and Jay White, as well as Tama Tonga, that they were interested in all three of these talents who have kind of been in one simultaneous storyline for the last year or so. So they had the loser leaves Japan match. I honestly thought it was a 50-50 because of those because of the reports that WWE was interested in both of those dudes. And yeah, Jay White lost from a amazing chokeslam from Hikuleo. And Jay White will now face Eddie Kingston on Saturday, February 18th, Battle in the Valley, San Jose, California. And Jay White said that if he wins the match, then he is going to take over the United States. I don't know what he said would happen if he lost. I think he might have said that he would have been like done in New Japan if he lost, something like that. I don't remember exactly. I just remember him saying that if he won, he was going to bring over Gato and he would take over New Japan in the States. So now everyone's kind of saying, look, is there a possibility that he stays with New Japan and stays in the States because he lives in the States now? Could he do that? Sure, but his contract is up. We know that. We don't know exactly when. I think it's probably mid to late, like maybe end of March, or either early March or like end of March. One of those 2 months. I think could be like a 31-day difference between my two dates. And so now the question is he going to AEW or is he going to WWE? Because I honestly think there's no chance in hell he stays with New Japan after that loser leaves Japan. So, Steve, what are you feeling on Jay White? Do you think he's leaving Japan? Do you think he's first? Do you think he's leaving New Japan? And second, where do you think he's signing?
Well, to my understanding, his contract is due up in a couple of months. To my understanding, right?
I've heard it saying like it could be right, like could be in the next 3 weeks or it could be in 2 months. There's nobody who's like 100% sure on when it's up.
Yeah. Where can he end up? Here's the thing, right? I know a lot of folks. Here's the thing, right? Would you guys rather see a Jay White All Elite graphic, or would you rather see Jay White do the photo with Triple H shaking hands? You know what I mean?
I do want to. 1 second. Let me see, because I know there's another story yesterday about Jay White. I just want to find. Okay, yeah. So again, I know Steve's gonna make the stupid face, but again from Fightful Select, they reported that despite online speculation that White would pop up in the Rumble, we're told that there was never in the discussions as White's New Japan Pro Wrestling deal wasn't up. We're told that talent in New Japan Pro Wrestling are on the belief his contract with the company is up sometime between Battle in the Valley and WrestleMania, with details being very few and far between. WWE sources have repeatedly confirmed that they have long had interest in Jay White, but that everything related to the possibility of him coming into the company is being kept very quiet. When we asked around New Japan Pro Wrestling, we were told, obviously, we'd love to keep him, and we're told that he'd made positive relationships in Impact and AEW as well. And White is scheduled to compete on February 18th. So I think there's important things here on if you would rather see him in AEW or WWE. The reality is that AEW does not have the roster space, I think, for somebody like him. Although I don't necessarily think WWE does right now either. Their roster is starting to fill up. And I don't know where Jay White necessarily fits there either. I think that him with the United States title, and this is what someone said, is you could do, what if Cena on night 1 beat Austin Theory, and then on night 2, Cena comes out and does an open challenge, and the United States of Jay shows up, and Jay White
I would do that on Raw. The Raw after Mania, I would do that.
I think you could do. I would like either. I think either works for me. I think if you did it like WrestleMania, you did the big WrestleMania moment for Jay would be really cool.
Yeah.
That's also that is 100%. That's a Raw after Mania moment that I think Hunter would want to do to reestablish like Raw after Mania is important again, because the last 3 years it hasn't been important, right? You had the 2 COVID Raw after Manias, that's fine. Even 2019's Raw after Mania was really bad, and then last year's wasn't that great either. So it could be a good way to reestablish Raw after Mania. Now, my prediction on what I think happens is this Wednesday, Adam Cole is going to announce his opponent for Revolution. I think.
Is that definite?
Adam Cole. What, Romeo?
That's definite. They announced that on Rampage.
He's announced. Yeah, he has a sit down with Renee Paquette, and he's announcing his opponent for Revolution, or who he's challenging for Revolution. I think you do Jay White versus Adam Cole at Revolution. The last time we saw Jay White in AEW, and I'm going somewhere with this, Steve and Mike. Don't laugh at me. The last time we saw Jay White in AEW, and the last time we saw Adam Cole in a match, Jay White hit the Blade Runner on Adam Cole to win the match. To retain his IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. I think that they are going to run that back, and Jay White will put over Adam Cole. And that will be his last match in New Japan or in AEW before he signs to WWE a few weeks later. Because I think his contract, if I'm hearing that the contract is up between Battle in the Valley and WrestleMania, my guess is that contract expires on April 1st. I think that's when the contract expires. I don't know anything. I'm basing this off of the dates we have. I think it either expires March 1st or April 1st. And I'm going to go with April 1st because I don't think his last match will be against Eddie Kingston. I do think he's going to put over Eddie. I think he might put over Eddie at Battle in the Valley. But I think he's going to have one more AEW match to finish off this, because I think they were building to that. I think they were going to build at Adam Cole versus Jay White, potentially at All Out or at Full Gear, something. I think they were going to do Adam Cole and Jay White down the road, and they never could because Adam was injured. And these two guys are friends, former Bullet Club members. I think that they want to do that match. And I think it's important to remember that Jay White does live in the States. He likes working AEW. He's got a good relationship with the Bucks and Kenny. So I think I think he's going to finish up his run outside of finish up his AEW, New Japan, Impact, whatever, like that run. I think he's going to finish it at Revolution on March 5th by putting over Adam Cole.
I got a question for you.
Yes, Romeo.
Who would you consider the top heel on Monday Night Raw, or top 3?
I'm not considering Roman Reigns.
Right.
I think he's on SmackDown, right? So
Dolores.
And this is the issue. Raw doesn't have good heels.
Can you name like
Katie, you hear that?
It's Austin Theory, right? That's their main.
Who's a mid Carter?
Yeah, and he's the U.S. champion. That's why I think Jay White's 100% going to Raw. But I would say it's Theory, The Miz.
It is
Judgment
dry.
Day. Judgment Day. I would say
Judgment. It is
Judgment. It's
dry.
It's Dominic. The top 3 are probably Dominic Mysterio, The Miz, and Austin Theory.
Baron Corbin.
It is dry.
Corbin is irrelevant.
He has so much room to run amok on Raw to just own that as the
Jay
top
White's,
heel.
I'm very
Against
confident
Cody,
he's going to
against Seth.
Yeah. I'd rather see Jay White versus Cody for the WWE Championship later down the line.
Honestly,
I think here's what you do with Jay White.
Pair him with Bronson Reed.
I don't know. I don't like that, because what I do is I bring in Jay, and AJ Styles is still injured. And remember, Jay White and the Good Brothers were just together, because that's what led to Carl Anderson versus Tama Tonga for the Never Openweight Championship, and when they did Leo versus Carl Anderson for the Never Openweight Championship, so at the Tag League Finals in December. So I think you bring him in, you put Jay White with the Good Brothers in the OC. I would change the name. I hate the name the OC. I like their theme. I hate that dumbass. And I think. Let me see. I think Jay might actually own that music. If Jay owns that music, you let him use that music like Cody uses Kingdom.
Kenny, my bad. Caden.
No, New Japan owns that music. So never, unless New Japan might let them take it, because I don't think they're super particular. But
Caden, any truth to this real quick? I'm about to put
New Japan works on 1 year. No, that's not true. That's not true. New Japan does not work on 1 year contract systems. That's extremely incorrect. Like, I don't know who the fuck you heard that from. That is not true whatsoever. They do not work on that because Jay White had signed. Because Will Ospreay re-signed like a 5-year contract. Okada's on a 5-year. Kota Ibushi's contract just expired on February 1st. So we know that's not true because Kota was signed to like a 5-year contract and his expired on February 1st. Kota didn't re-sign for 4 weeks. He wanted to be out of that company. So that's how you know that's not true.
I got a question. Can Jay White use Switchblade? Or no? Probably not,
I
right?
think he might own the rights to Switchblade.
The gimmick?
Because New Japan doesn't. I don't think New Japan trademarks nicknames.
I don't think so either.
Just like Kenny Omega uses the cleaner, right? And even
It's
that is
really
not,
he hasn't
no,
been called
not.
out.
That is objectively an untrue statement. I know that for a fact that that's untrue because I know Will Ospreay's on a 5-year contract.
Now, listen.
Is Jay White his real name?
I don't know. But
I don't think so.
I could
Danny
list you
White.
5
His name.
examples of how that's not true. Like, I don't know who you heard that from.
He's only
That is
30 years
that
old.
is just
Jamie White,
not
yeah,
true.
he's 30, bro. I'm
Yeah,
older
that's
than that.
perfect age.
He's a baby.
Yeah,
Here's the
he's
thing, right?
young.
Wherever, listen, I'll be honest with you, okay? I'll be honest. Okay? I feel like we're getting off the loop here real quick, all right?
I don't think we are. I think this is like the Jay White conversation is a really fun conversation.
My take is this, right?
Like this talking.
If he goes to AEW, he'll be stuck in the mode with everyone else.
They have too many guys.
Yeah.
Much
They have
more.
too
Have
many
too
heads
many
there.
guys.
Exactly.
That are the
There's guys
exact
that aren't
same as
used.
him.
I'll counter is
And what, are
AEW
we-
also
are-
needs more heels.
we gonna see-
besides MJF? Who's a top heel in AEW that's
Are we gonna
not
see-
named Maxwell Jacob
my-
Friedman?
My only fear, he goes to AEW. The next thing you see him wrestling on fucking Rampage. No
But
one
I don't
watches Rampage.
mind that because Jay White's first
Everybody watches
AEW match
Rampage.
was on Rampage. I don't like that conversation about Rampage because I think
No
they
one
need to build up
watches
Rampage again.
like that.
The difference I'll say is if he wants that limited schedule and he might like that system. Remember, New Japan, you don't work that much in New Japan either. You'll work the big shows and maybe you'll go on the tours, the Road 2 tours. But Jay White wasn't really doing that because he lived in the States. He wasn't on those Road 2 tours that much. So maybe he wants that where he doesn't want to be on TV every week and working the house shows. Maybe he wants to be on TV for 4 weeks at a time and then go take a month off. He can go work in because I think he might probably likes working Impact because Impact's a really easy schedule to work too. So he can go work Impact. He can go work New Japan in the States. He can go work the stateside shows. He can go work indies. He can go do the conventions because Jay White loves the convention circuit. He makes a shitload of money on the convention circuit. So I could see him wanting to do that.
This.
And he's friends with Hangman. He's friends with Adam. He's friends with Kenny. He's friends with the Bucks. But then remember, and he's got the Good Brothers in WWE. So there's a lot of things in this.
Who's going to pay him more?
I'll say this. Okay, I'll say this. Either company could pay him more. However, I do feel like for him, again, here's a guy. I'll be honest with you. Even Mike can tell you this. We weren't big on Jay White in 2019. We used to shit on. We thought he was. He was the shit blade back.
That was the year that Jay White came into his own. Was 2019.
We call him the shit blade. We call him the shit blade. Fuck
it wasn't until he had that first match with Okada.
Yeah, then
turned around.
But as time he won me
first
over.
match with Okada was amazing.
But that being said, at this stage of his career, where did you go really, right? I feel like, had Vince been around still, he probably would not be going to WWE. Well, that wouldn't even be a thought. But now that Vince is gone, right? Supposedly, no longer be involved in the creative process of things.
Go wherever the money is. Whoever
go where the bag's at. Go where the bag.
I think both companies are going to offer him the same amount of money.
Go where the bag is at, man.
I don't think any company will offer him more. The one thing, but back to what I think you should because I wanted to present my I think you put him with the Good Brothers, give him that U.S. title, because I think Cody's going to win both titles, and then Cody can do both. Cody can do Raw, Cody can do SmackDown, because I think Cody likes that. To be perfectly honest, I think he likes doing both shows. That's just how I feel like that guy is. And then, but you have Jay White as kind of like the head guy on, the head heel on Raw, obviously. And then when AJ comes back, you put AJ there, but I don't immediately break them up. I wait a few months, and then SummerSlam, I think, probably SummerSlam's a good time to do it. You do AJ Styles versus Jay White, and then you can do Cody a little later down the line, and you can, unless you want to keep Bullet Club together and save AJ versus Jay White for WrestleMania 40, that could be another option. If you do Jay White and AJ Styles there, and if we're doing War Games again, you got your 4 guys in Bullet Club. You have a stable. You actually have a stable, and then what if you did? Oh,
I just want to say real quick,
the
Chief, my condolences, Chief. My condolences.
I do Bullet Club versus the Bloodline. War Games 2023. That's your War Games match. Jay White, AJ Styles, the Good Brothers against the Usos, Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns.
Cody Rhodes gonna miss another War Games. He's gonna miss another one. Cody's got to be in this one.
Yeah.
Then,
I mean,
okay. Then how about you find another? Put someone.
Cody reunites with the club.
Bring in Hikuleo. Put Hikuleo in the Bloodline.
Listen.
Who's gonna care about
Hikuleo in the Bloodline.
Time out.
And then what you do is you put Cody back with his Bullet Club brothers. And then after that, you can set up Cody versus Jay White for the Rumble. And then AJ Styles costs Jay White the championship. And then you got Jay White versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania. Boom. That's what you do.
Pump the brakes here.
Or Tamatonga. You can bring in Tamatonga.
Okay,
time out. Hikuleo.
Okay, time out. You mean to tell me Hikuleo, from my understanding,
Hikuleo's contract is up in like a month.
Yeah, there's also interest from the E for him to go there, right?
I think they're I think Hikuleo and Tamatonga are signed with WWE.
I can understand someone like Jay White going to the main roster. He's earned it. His body of work in New Japan has earned him that, right? But you're gonna tell me Hikuleo,
yes, just beat Jay White.
Wants to see Hikuleo and Braun Breaker.
It's going up to main roster, buddy.
I think Hikuleo. So here's no. I think so. Steve, can you let me talk for a second? I think Hikuleo is going to sign around April. I'm going to say by April, I think he's signed at almost the exact same time as Jay. Hikuleo goes to NXT. He's there until September. Okay. After SummerSlam, maybe early to late September, then you call up Hikuleo when you start you start the Bullet Club versus the Bloodline, and they need their 5th guy, and that gets them their heater in Hikuleo. And that continues Cody versus Roman, because I'm starting to feel like I don't think Cody's winning at WrestleMania. I think Cody might win at SummerSlam. I'm starting to get that feeling that Cody's going to win at SummerSlam instead, because they want Roman to hit that 1,000 days. So if you do that, then you can run. You have Cody maybe like win Money in the Bank or something. And he's like, I got my opportunity. And Roman's like, I'm not going to give you another opportunity. And then Cody wins Money in the Bank. He gets that opportunity. And then Cody's got to get his guys, because he needs his equivalent to the Bloodline, because he can't take on the Bloodline by himself. So who does he bring in but his Bullet Club brother in? And he brings in the Bullet Club. And then you get Bullet Club versus the Bloodline. That's your fall feud. That's your War Games match. But Bloodline need one more dude, so they bring in Hikuleo.
I admire your creative process, but I just don't think we're putting up Hikuleo. We're not going to rush Hikuleo to the main roster, buddy.
Hikuleo's main roster ready. I'm sorry. I think he's main roster ready. And if you can have Omos on the fucking main roster, you can have Hikuleo.
NXT first.
Buddy.
I think he goes to NXT for a few months. But remember, Solo Sikoa was on NXT for that long either. He was there for 6 months.
Yeah, that's Solo Sikoa, buddy. That looks
Hikuleo is so good. I think you could. I don't like. Maybe you keep him and you have him work double as NXT and in main roster. You could do both.
Have that been the case, Solo would have been doing that. What do you think?
I think
they wouldn't have had Solo drop his title.
NXT, and they call him up because the Bloodline need another member. And that's when you get Hikuleo as the monster of the, like, I think Solo is the bodyguard of the Bloodline, but I think the Bloodline could benefit from having a 7-foot tall guy, because you can't teach that. And you bring in Hikuleo. That's what I'm saying it right now. I'm gonna call it Bullet Club. Jay White, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes versus the Bloodline: Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Hikuleo.
See,
That's
I
your Magic
remember.
4 games. I'm
You see,
calling it right
you
now.
see, I
Come back to
remember.
me in November. Come back to me in 9 months, and we'll see who was right.
See, I remember Mike and Romeo. I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but I remember in 2016, right, when AJ Styles came in the WWE around WrestleMania time. There were talks of the Good Brothers making their way. Let me talk. I let you speak.
I was gonna say he came in at Rumble, right?
Yes, he did. He did. Yes, he did. And I remember when, when they were during WrestleMania weekend, because I was there in Dallas, right? There was all this expectation that the Good Brothers were going to show up on Monday Night Raw, and Finn Balor, that takeover, lost to Samoa Joe, and there are talks of Finn Balor joining too, and they're going to reform the Bullet Club, and it's going to be this crazy thing in Dallas, what have you, and the build up to it, and it never happened. It never did. Yes, the Good Brothers showed up, right? They were paired up with AJ, but after that, it just never happened. Not saying that you're wrong, not saying that, it can't happen, because I think it could happen. Anything is possible. But Big Mike, if
Well,
you
the
can.
Good Brothers came in, they went straight to the main roster.
They did. Didn't they attack the Usos?
Yes.
Yeah, they did. They went straight to the main roster.
That's fine, but
the Good Brothers, remember, they weren't on the level of AJ Styles at that point. They were well known, but they weren't that's a team who you thought when they came in, you were like, oh, they're gonna go to NXT, because you had Prince Devitt and Shinsuke and Samoa Joe. They all went to NXT. So if Shinsuke Nakamura, a former IWGP champion, went to NXT, the Good Brothers could have gone too, and they didn't. So I think that it's important to remember that we're under a different regime. We've only seen 2 instances so far of someone coming in, because we've only had 2 people signed. We had Carl Fredericks, who is not on the level of Hikuleo, and we've had Dragon Lee, who I also do not think is on the level of Hikuleo. I think Hikuleo is a more popular wrestler right now than Dragon Lee, and I love Dragon Lee. And Carl Fredericks. Fredericks was basically just a young lion until the last year. Then he kind of graduated from the LA dojo the last year or so, and he was starting to make a name for himself. But even then, he's still not on the level of Hikuleo. Just beat Jay White. He's a big name. I don't necessarily think he goes straight to NXT. I think
no, buddy.
I think it's a mixture. I think it's a 50-50 split on if he goes into NXT or if he just goes straight to the main roster, because we do
He's not a big name
know.
in the WWE universe.
What, Romeo?
He's not a big name in the WWE.
That's what I'm saying. Who's going
Neither
care
was
about
Bronson
Hikuleo?
Reed, and they brought him right back to the main roster.
Bronson Reed already did NXT.
But Bronson Reed was in WWE
I
at
think
that
he needed to
point.
go back.
This is his second
He probably
stint.
should have come back.
This is his second stint.
Yes.
If he hadn't done NXT before, he would have went there.
Now, if you tell me Tama Tonga, I get it. Because Tama Tonga been around, did the damn thing, fine. But you're not going to bring every member of the family to the main roster.
I think if you do a video pack, I think the first time Hikuleo shows up on Raw or SmackDown, you see the 7-foot-tall monster.
It'll be
all they're gonna be like, who the fuck is that?
It'll be quiet.
Remember how
quiet they were for Bronson Reed?
The next week you cut a promo, and the next then you're
they're
fine.
Gonna be like this.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
100%.
Crickets,
but I think all you because the guy is 7 feet tall, all you need is that one promo and you're fine. Then you're good.
Yeah, he should be the body.
I don't think he needs a 6. I don't think he needs an NXT run. I think he'll be okay.
You bring him as
you never know, man.
For somebody.
You never know, man. Maybe he goes to NXT, tears
Omos
it up
didn't
over
even
there.
get an NXT run. Omos was never in NXT.
Well, Vin took a good look at him before he had NXT, so listen, I don't want. Listen, we talked about Jay White, but I feel like it just went to Hikuleo out of nowhere, which is fine. I get it. But
no, I think they set it up. It was a well deserved.
Speaking of Japan, right? Of Japan, over the weekend, Pro Wrestling Noah GAC had a show.
Gotta go. See ya.
Damn.
Romeo say?
You gotta go.
See ya.
Oh shit.
Kiyomiya?
Kiyomi, yeah, he defended his title against somebody. I forgot his name.
I don't know. I didn't get to my
Not that it
my
matters.
Wrestling Universe is expired right now. I got to redo
Yeah.
it second question Noah,
Not,
but
not that it matters, but the point is though,
don't diminish that.
at the end of the match, the ace side.
He defended against Jack Morris.
Yeah, so at the end of the match, he's Kiyomi celebrating in the ring. Then from behind comes Okada, wham, lays him out with the Rainmaker. Right, lays him out. Look at those chucks that he's on his feet. Look at that, flies all hell. Laid him out with the Rainmaker. Gets on the mic and accepts his challenge.
I want to find what 1 second. I'm trying to find what he exactly said because it was a really good promo.
Something about not standing Noah fans, some shit like that.
Yeah, he said, "I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this to shut up these stupid Noah fans," or something like that.
Heel Okada?
Yeah, Okada's a heel.
And
Okada,
it's official.
I just watched Shingo Takagi versus Okada. I think I have like 10 minutes left in the match, but I was watching it, and Okada was working heel. This is a heel Okada right now. He's turning, and I
gotta watch
love it.
This is on a Tuesday?
I guess so.
21st is next Tuesday.
Yeah, Okada said, "I'll do the wait, shit. Of course, Wrestle Talk. Thank you, my God.
Tokyo Dome show on a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Kaiji Muto's last match in the Tokyo Dome. He basically said, he said, I'm doing this to shut up the pro wrestling Noah fans and to shut you up, kind of is what he was saying. So yeah, we have a heel Okada here, and he's been working heel since they said, because that's when he started working heel, right? When he first had that match with Kiyomiya and he was beating the shit out of him afterwards. That was when they kind of started teasing that heel turn, and then he worked heel against Shingo. Like he got booed. Shingo was getting cheered as hell in Osaka, and Okada was getting booed there, and now it looks like he's going to be a heel against Kiyomiya next week, or about a week or so when they have the match.
So real quick.
Yeah.
Safet, get this comment up. Yes, we are. Just so you know, this Thursday is the predictions for Battle in the Valley this coming Thursday.
You gotta read Ellie Underdown's comment from.
What's the comment?
Actually, as unbearable as you are right.
Yeah,
I told you. I know. Like, I'm not an idiot about contracts. I'm really good with contracts. Are my favorite things. I keep up to date on them.
Unbearable.
As unbearable as I am. Thank you guys. I love to be called unbearable. Keep the
The unbearable.
I'll heal.
The unbearable one. The unbearable one.
We
Caden Lee.
But we haven't gotten to really see, especially over the last few years, we haven't gotten to see Okada be a heel. He's been
Never. He's
the,
only been a
I
babyface.
think I compare him. I call him the Hulk Hogan of New Japan. As much as I fucking hate Hulk Hogan as a person, Hulk Hogan he is the Hulk Hogan of New Japan.
Listen,
he works
Caden,
that very
I'm
American.
I'm sure a lot of Japanese fans, a lot of Japanese old heads would love Hogan's work in Japan. Have you ever seen Hogan's work in Japan? Have you ever seen his work in Japan?
But Steve, what I was saying is he works a very Americanized style in Japan. So that's why I say.
Oh, he does not.
Okada works a very Americanized style.
Talk about the Hulkamania in Japan.
I'm not talking about Hogan. I don't care about what Hogan worked in Japan. I'm saying Okada works a very Americanized style. The way how he wrestles over the last 2 or 3 years has been that he gets the shit beat out of him for the first half, and then he Okada's up, he hulks up, and then he hits the drop kick, and then he hits the money clip, the rainmakers, all of his signature moves. A very Hulk Hogan-esque wrestler in the terms of the way he wrestles, like the style of it, right? Like the cadence of everything that he does, all of that. And now we're seeing finally that New Japan is back to its prominence. Great show in Osaka. They're back. They got the crowds cheering. They had a great show last week. Great 2 shows in Sapporo. So we're finally seeing the return of New Japan, and they're letting Okada be a heel in this story with Noah. And I think it's a great way for him to be a heel because a lot of fans over the pandemic got into Noah because of how bad New Japan was. So a lot of fans jumped ship and were like, "Oh, I'm a Noah fan now. New Japan's content is shit." It's kind of like AEW and WWE, right? Like fans kind of jumped to be AEW fans and they kind of left WWE. a similar way to that. So I really like that. I think this is a perfect way for him to be a heel against Kiyomiya, the ace of pro wrestling Noah, the GHC heavyweight champion. We're gonna have a champ match next week, and this is great. I want to see more of heel Okada, especially because I think that they're setting up for Wrestle Kingdom 18. I believe it's Wrestle Kingdom 18 in 2024. I think they're setting up Will Ospreay to win the G1, and then he's finally going to get that win over Okada. And if you're going to do that, I think Will needs to be a face. I think they're going to turn Will back to being a face soon, and he's going to get that win back. And I think he was working, like Will Ospreay worked as a face in that match against Kenny Omega. Kenny worked as the heel. So I think if you set that up, you make Okada a heel in this story, perfect story to make him a heel. He continues as a heel throughout this run. You have him keep beating everybody's favorites. He's gonna beat Tanahashi on February 18th. He's probably gonna beat Kiyomiya on February 21st. I think that's the date of the show.
He should be. He will beat
Kiyomiya. He will beat
Because-
Tanahashi. He will beat Kiyomiya. You put him we about to have the New Japan Cup. That bracket just got announced.
Now that you
Put him
mentioned
against another-
Tanahashi,
Steve, one second. I'm saying
mentioned it.
something.
You
Wrap it up,
mentioned
Caden. Wrap it up. This is the longest sentence ever, Caden.
word for real, Caden.
I don't care. You have him keep beating faces, and then you build up for him to lose to Will Ospreay, the ultimate babyface.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. But now that you mentioned Tanahashi, yeah, Battle in the Valley, baby. The main event in my eyes. This is the real. main
Mercedes and Kyrie's got to be the main event.
Nah. Listen.
I'm afraid I got some bad news.
I'm afraid I got some. Yeah.
I think they open in
Not
the
main
show.
eventing.
Nah, actually, Caden, now you
I'm
mentioned.
afraid I've got some bad news. I knew it. I love it.
Listen,
no way
man.
they're main eventing.
There's no way Mercedes is closing the show. There's no way that
This
Okada-
whole show was sold on Mercedes.
Nah,
Co-main
listen,
event is a good spot. Co-main is okay.
Co-main event, not
Alright.
bad. You know what? They're gonna be gentlemen, ladies first.
Oh, you can't put that up against freaking Roman and
I think
Sammy.
I think
Remember-
they open with Okada and Tanahashi.
No, hell no. You crazy?
No.
I think you open with the Rain.
Don't ever
They're main
listen,
eventing.
don't ever disrespect Okada and Tanahashi.
It's not
By-
a disrespect
by
to open
having-
with Okada and
by
Tanahashi.
having
Yeah,
the-
it is.
the
Yeah.
There's
gall,
one.
the
This is
gall.
the.
You
Steve,
say that in
champion.
Japan. Dude,
This
you
Saturday
say that
will be
in
the
Japan.
second time
You
Okada
say
and
that
Tanahashi
in
have wrestled in the
Japan.
States.
You
I was there
say-
for the first one. I'm not
You
disrespecting them.
You say that in Japan, they will slap you silly.
No,
No
they will
chance.
not. Shut
They will
up.
sl-
Steve.
They will slap you silly and
No, they will. But
Caden,
this
there's
is
no
the
chance
thing,
in
Steve.
hell.
This
No
shit ain't in Japan.
chance. No chance
they
in
will.
hell.
They,
Okada's
they,
open. No
oh
chance.
man, yo, they will
If this was
slap
in
you
Japan,
silly
Mercedes
in
and
Japan.
Kyrie would get 5 minutes like Kyrie and Tam Nakano got. Tam Nakano.
They already New
Listen,
Japan
man.
lists their match order on their website. So
Exactly.
they don't change that.
They don't change that.
Whatever it says, it's how it's going.
So listen, New Japan's like, listen, Mercedes.
What's the match?
time.
What's the match order right now? Is it Mercedes and Kyrie to open?
You're gonna see Alex Coughlin versus JR Kratos first. That's what you see.
That's your pre-show.
We'll say about that card for Thursday, but
They're both matches are listed as double main events.
there you go. They know the real main event is Okada Tanahashi. The American fan base.
Fans are going to lose their mind.
No, they will not, dude. They will not.
Yes, they will.
Trust-
Fans will, because fans are like, you know how many people are flying to San Jose across the country just for that match?
Shit, man, it's not. I would do on a Saturday. I'm not flying half the country for this, but
I almost did.
that's wonderful.
I
to know.
looked at it.
But the thing is, though, and listen, I think people are gonna fly over because hey, it's Mercedes' first match in God knows how long. That's
What's
the
her first
point.
match outside of WWE?
Exactly. That's what it is. They're not. They don't give a
So I
fuck if
could
it's
tell you
close the
her
show
last
or not. They don't care if it's the last. They don't care if she's going on last or not. They just want to see her back in the ring. But everyone knows Okada in the States. Nah, buddy, you're not having him go in the middle of the card. You're not gonna have him go. No, he's main event.
Yeah, it's already
Did
listed.
you not?
He's the main
Did you not see wrestling Twitter trending with Mercedes Kyrie should main event?
Psh.
event. They're double main event. That's
Also,
what they're calling
Cody's
it.
going to
Double
be
main
on the
event.
main event hour, the MMA hour soon in a few minutes.
Cody,
That guy's everywhere.
Yeah.
he was on Hot 97 early today. Hot 97. But listen, man. At the end of the day, we all know what's closing the show, man. It's gonna be the ace and Tanahashi.
It's already determined.
And you know what? We're gonna get 2013 Tanahashi, just like at Forbidden Door. We're gonna get old school Tanahashi. He's gonna put a little bit more effort into this match. He's gonna give it his all. The high fly flow. He's gonna do the air guitar thing, right? Jump in the air. Yeah, we're getting all that.
I don't remember what was it. I think it was maybe even Grapsody. I'm gonna call them out for a second. They said this is the first time we're ever seeing Okada and Tanahashi in the States, and that's objectively not true. We saw Okada and Tanahashi in Dallas in 2019. So I'm like, guys, come on, put some respect.
Wasn't they in the Garden too?
Well, but as far as them one-on-one,
the Garden. I know, but I remember them because they closed that show. That was the main event of the first G1 Climax show that year.
In Japan, that's how it goes. That's the rules respected. There you go. See, just Fed knows what's up. I can't wait to see Jay Webb versus Eddie Kingston by Frantic World.
So I get what Safet's saying, but saying
casual don't care about Mercedes. I mean,
that's not their rules because New Japan doesn't have women's wrestlers signed to their. This is the first women's wrestler signed to New Japan ever. So that's not true. New Japan doesn't have their rules stating that Okada has to main event every show as the
world champion.
Actually,
not world champion. The world.
Romeo, make sure to put that in the parlay pick'em.
For what?
It was main event that show.
It's already determined. New Japan has their.
It's already on the
match
card.
order.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was already listed.
They stick to it. They don't. They go.
Because they say first match, second match, third match, fourth match. They go by their match order.
It's not a bad spot for Mercedes to be listed as the double main event. She is main eventing, sort of double.
Yeah. I don't care enough.
So also they announced the bracket for the New Japan Cup. Some of them have a pass. I didn't realize this.
Yeah, Kenta, Chase Owens, Jeff Cobb, Will Ospreay, Zack Sabre Jr., Great Khan, Tama Tonga, and Hiroki Goto
who did Chase Owens jerk off to get a freaking bye?
I don't understand why he has a bye over Tetsuya Naito. I don't understand that. Or over Sonata, over Taichi.
Just so we don't have to see him wrestle twice.
Tomohiro Ishii. Like, I don't get that. I think it's because he's coming back from injury. So they just don't want him. They're trying to like build up like, oh, he's gonna have his first match back against the winner of Tetsuya Naito and El Phantasmo. I guess that's the reason.
Ospreay versus Zack Sabre Jr. Those are my picks.
I'm gonna go with
Ospreay. I'm interested in what you're gonna do with Ospreay in this tournament because I don't think Ospreay. I don't think they're gonna blow their load on Ospreay and Okada and have him win the New Japan Cup and do that match Wrestle Kingdom. I could see him losing. I wouldn't. You could have him lose in the finals and then G1.
Put that bracket back up. You could get Ospreay and Cobb in the battle of stablemates.
I think you could get that. I actually think they're gonna have Cobb lose to Ren Narita, and you do Ren Narita versus Will Ospreay in the quarters. I think on the other side, on all sides of the bracket, I'm gonna say I'll go with Sonata, although I could see Kenta. I could see them doing Ospreay and Kenta in the semis, and then on the other side doing shit. I don't know who you do. That top side, the top right side, is very weak.
Yoshihashi, Kyle Fletcher.
The only reason I don't think you do Shingo and Zack is because Shingo just had his match. I think they'll have Shingo lose a little earlier on, and Zack is the TV champion.
It's either Shingo or Tama.
I think it's Shingo or Tama. I think you do. I think you have Sonata. No, you know what? I'm gonna have Kent. I think Kenta comes out on the left side. On the right side, I have Shota come out. And your final is Kenta versus Shota.
Oof. No more 30-minute matches.
They really like Shota. I think Shota. You know what? No, I'm gonna change that. I think Shota loses to Zack, and then I think you do Zack and you do Tama Tonga, and then your final is Kenta versus Tama Tonga because that's more of your Bullet Club versus former Bullet Club member, and they can't hold themselves back from doing those. So I'm gonna say Kenta and Tama Tonga is their final. And after Tama Tonga loses this match, after Tama Tonga loses in the finals, he goes to WWE.
What do you get when you win this?
You get a title shot.
A title shot. That's why I don't think. That's why I don't think Osprey's winning or Zach.
then
I don't
Taku,
think
right?
Zach is winning because Zach won last year and Zach is the TV champion. So I'm like, okay, they're not gonna go with Zach. They're not gonna go with
Taco, right?
Will. So I think it's either gonna be Sonata or Kenta.
It's at Duntaku, right? The show, the world title match with the prize.
It depends on what show they're doing. I don't think
King of Pro
last
Wrestling.
year I think they did Otaku. I don't remember what they did the year before.
Oh, Dontaku. Okay, Dontaku.
Yeah, Dontaku. Wrestling Dontaku.
Anyway, so there's that. Before we wrap this up, there's something I just want to talk about. Now, I'm sure on Friday we talked about there's a video that surfaced the internet of Rey Mysterio, fans filming him at the airport and all that shit, right? We talked about that, right? Remember?
Oh, Rampage ratings just came out. They did 375K.
That's
Ugh. Ugh.
That's their lowest since December 2nd. That card
Ugh.
was garbage. That was a very bad card.
Usually is. Disgusting.
But like I was saying, you remember on Friday we talked about that video that surfaced online about Rey Mysterio at the airport and fans going up to him, trying to get an autograph, and they were filming him, right?
Yeah.
We talked about that, right? So
like what? So you can sell it, right?
yeah. So this past weekend, another video surfaced the internet. Liv Morgan was the victim of these disgusting creators, and I can play the video because, well, you know, WWE doesn't own it. So here's the video. You guys see the video, right? You guys see the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen the video.
Yeah, but you know, so this is Liv Morgan at the airport.
Is Dave Meltzer okay? It says hashtag RIP Dave is trending.
Wait, who died? Let me see. Also, they just announced Bray Wyatt's not going to be in 2K.
So look at this.
Oh,
it's
it's the guy from De La Soul. His real name is David.
But just look at this, though. Look at this disgusting, annoying. And to be fair, Liv puts on a smile.
Oh, I don't see. Where you see a smile?
Right here.
She did. She was trying to smile. Yeah.
She put a
very
fake
nice
smile on.
But look at all these out of shape, disgusting cretins.
Okay, Steve, we don't need to body shame people.
Yeah, we do. Fuck them.
We do.
They're the scum of the earth.
Look at this guy, notorious. Look at, oh my God, what are those on his feet? Oh my goodness, are those the sex offender 4s? Is he wearing the I'm a dirty slob 3s?
Air molesters.
Look at this guy. Oh
Air
my
molester.
goodness. Look at this guy. Oh shit. Yeah, can you sign my hat? That bad odor, smelly hat. Oh my God! Look at the triple chin, huh?
Are they gonna go eat some Predator pasta?
Probably so.
Poor
Look at this jabroni right here with his phone out. You see that shit?
By the way, Liv, what the fuck are you wearing? That is disgusting.
Look at this shit, yeah.
That's
she probably overpaid for it.
Look at this guy, yo. Can you let her breathe? Like, look at all everyone. I'm sorry. Listen, here's my thing, okay? I get it. We're all fans. I get that. But at the end of the day, they're human beings, man. Don't be a piece of shit to literally wait at the airport, wait at the hotel. And you know the sad part about it is, I know people that do that. I've been to shows where there's folk that will wait outside the building. Wait for a photo, or you know what? They'll go to the
girl
hotel.
who wanted her titties signed by MJF.
No, they'll go to the hotel.
Go. Oh, when you go to the hotel, that pisses me off. I went. Like, the best story I have about this, it's not wrestling, but it was NHL. I went to the NHL All-Star game in 2018, and long story short, my dad's car got wrecked by the valet driver, and we had to get a rental car. And one of the hotel that had the rental car place was where all the NHL people were staying, and it was just like all these NHL guys. I'm like, I don't want to bother these people. Like, I'm just trying to let them live their lives. I see wrestlers all the time. I told y'all, I was working an indie show, Coastal Championship Wrestling on Friday, and 3 people were there. The Guns, Billy and Colton, or sorry, Austin and Colton, right after winning their AEW Tag Team Championships, and Sean Spears. All 3 were there. And obviously I was working, but like most fans just didn't bother. Like there was like, my friend is a mark. So my friend is a huge mark. So he wouldn't bother them for a picture. I'm like, of course he did. But everybody else was like just leaving them alone, because those types of fans know, like, hey, just leave these dudes alone. Like they're just trying to live their life. And like, I hate it. I hate when fans are like, oh, I'm going to go find them at the airport. I know when they're flying in. I know what hotels they're staying at, because it's fairly easy to find what hotel they're staying at. It's not hard. And they go stalk them at the hotels and they wait for their autographs. And then when they don't get the autographs, Billy Batty, they complain.
Oh, okay. Well, there's another one too, actually.
Yeah, Billy Batty does this shit and it's annoying.
No, there's another one. Well, I didn't want to call out no names here, but I'm not referring to him. But
I'll call him out.
there's another one. There's another one that was servicing the internet that was servicing online. It's Rhea at the airport. It's with Rhea Ripley. I think this was during Rumble.
Sharp getting his dog.
No, this was during Rumble weekend.
Man, why? Why not?
Yeah, so this was during Rumble weekend, I guess, where all the fans just literally surrounded Rhea, wanted an autograph, wanted a photo and shit. And you can just tell the look on her face. It was just so disappointing, like just frustrated. The point is, though, man, I hate when people do that shit, man. I hate when people do that. Don't be that asshole. Don't be that geek that will literally that goes out of their fucking way and then get upset when they say no. Now, here's the thing about it, right? If you're an independent wrestler, right? I get it, because hey, they might love that interaction, right? They might love that.
They're probably okay with it because they want to get recognized.
Exactly. But if once you hit the E or AEW wise, like, no, man. Just no.
Yeah, the only time in public I remember ever asking a wrestler for a picture was John Moxley at Bucky's and Renee Paquette. And because Renee was amazing. I've always loved Renee, and John Moxley at that time was my favorite wrestler. He still is. He's in my top 5. So the only time ever was John Moxley. Like you gotta be like my favorite to me even think about it. And I even thought about not doing it, and my dad was like, "Go do it." I was like, "All right." Didn't even ask for an autograph, just a picture. I don't care.
The Lord's writes here. TJP said WWE says in the contracts they are not to sign things, but they only do it out of curiosity. Dude wanted Ray to sign a row of Funkos.
Yeah, because they go and sell them. I've been
remember when people got mad at Mercedes Moné calling her ungrateful to her fans when she called the fans out for doing this type of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what's annoying? I'll here's a story, right? So a couple years ago, I went to an Evolve show, and I remember the show's over. We're all just chilling outside, whatever, right? And this one guy's like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait here to meet Gargano. I'm gonna wait here to meet him, get his photo, right?" And and I remember his line. One of his lines were, "Oh, it's their right. It's our right to do this."
It's not. You don't have a right.
They have to sign it. They have to show, again. And I'm like, oh. And again, I didn't want to get into like a debate or an argument right there on the spot because it was raining and I'm just trying to get the fuck up out of there. But it's like, it's shit like that. And it's this entitlement of fans sometimes. It's so annoying. It's fucking annoying, people. Seriously.
Yeah, there's fans at the dark tapings. Like there's these 2 people. And they bring this bag full of action figures to get the action figures signed by the talent, and then they can go sell them.
It's disgusting.
I'm like, guys, come on. What are you doing?
It's disgusting, y'all. It's disgusting. And I remember this story. So here's another story. So SummerSlam 2017, right? That whole weekend, me and Walter got an Airbnb across the Barclays Center. Literally across the Barclays Center. If Walter's on Friday, he'll probably give more. He'll probably talk about it also. But our Airbnb was like on the side of the Barclays, so you see all the wrestlers come in and out, basically, right? And there were people literally lined up making hella noise outside, just waiting for the wrestlers to come in and out with their action figures, with their posters and shit. It's like, bro, come on. Like, what are we doing? You know? Let me see here. CM Punk called the Pro Autograph Hunter crew out live on Raw in 2011. I don't recall that. But
Oh my God, Conan.
why is Netflix taking off Arrested Development SMH? It's when they descend on them, and then when they are kids that really makes me puke.
I got a Conan quote, by the way.
Miz talks about being in bathroom and people seeing him waiting for him to come out the stall. People have no common sense. People just want to come up. SMH.
Speaking of people wanting to come up, Conan said this. Well, Takeshita, he's got heat with me, and he's lucky I wasn't in El Paso, because when he went up and he did the fucking Eddie Guerrero thing for the frog splash, you're not Mexican, dude. I don't care. Stick to your nationality. Conan has no issue with the Puerto Rican brothers Santana and Ortiz doing the exact same thing. But if a Japanese guy does it, ooh, no, that's wrong. Puerto Ricans do it. All right, I'm okay with that.
Was that Romeo?
Romeo, you're muted.
Latinos,
bro. Latinos.
You gotta
He
have
said
some
stick to
Latino
your
heat.
nationality. He didn't say stick to your race. He said stick to your nationality.
I wonder what he feels about Mercedes. She does.
I think it's to be mad that somebody in El Paso, a face, did an Eddie Guerrero tribute. That's stupid. Really? Like, we're gonna complain about people doing Eddie Guerrero tributes in El Paso?
What can I tell you, man? Is it stupid? Yeah. But yeah, isn't Conan Cuban? Yeah. Could have sworn he was Cuban. Let's find out, shit. Where's Conan from here? Conan, right? Conan, wrestler.
Oh, I wonder what he said about Logan Paul doing the Eddie tribute. Because Eddie, I remember Logan Paul did one too. Did he call out Logan Paul? I don't think so.
Let's see here. Okay, so he was born in Cuba.
Eddie's from El Paso. That's why he did. That's why they were in El Paso. That's why he did the tribute.
Yes.
First match. It was the first match in El Paso on Dynamite. Why would you not do the tribute? Like, that's so stupid.
Yeah. There's that.
And he said he would have beat him up. Like, Conan's like, I would have give. Oh, lucky I wasn't there. Conan, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna do shit. Shut up. Conan is just like, he's just trying to say. He's the last few months he's been saying shit. And
listen. Caden. We're not gonna go there. Take it easy.
What?
Don't work yourself into a shoot.
Don't work yourself into a shoot, man.
No, Conan's just a little bitch.
What'd you say to him though?
Dude, you know the amount of wrestlers I've said shit to their face?
I'm not there, so I wouldn't know. Anyway, guys. Raw tonight is live from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Romeo, you gonna be there, Romeo? You gonna be at Raw tonight?
I will be on our Raw watch along.
There you go. Live from the Barclays
They have
Center.
such great things advertised, like a 6-women's tag. You know,
6-women's tag.
Miz versus Rick Boogs.
Miz versus Rick Boogs.
Great Brooklyn card.
Mustafa Ali versus Bronson Reed. You know, they really stacked up Raw this week. The go home show to Elimination Chamber. They really gave us a really good show. Amazing, wonderful. The Miz versus Rick Boogs, that's your main event. New York. Probably gonna end up being your main event.
Remember, they're in New York, so they got to really just go all deep for New York.
And they're not even doing anything. It's a terrible card. That's the point, Steve. The card sucks.
One of the most obnoxious, annoying crowds you could ever sit in is the Brooklyn crowd. They're so bad. They're so bad. Not me. Not when I'm there. But the rest of them, they're the worst.
They're the worst. The worst.
Compared to a MSG crowd. MSG crowd, much better. Barclays Center, there's something about being there. It's like the people are just
MSG's class. Respect.
Yeah.
Fancy. You know, they're like that upscale restaurant. You know what I mean? Nice plating,
Yes.
good portion sizes. You know what I mean? And then you got the Barclays Center.
Bums.
Man, bum basketball team.
Second
Right.
class, second rate.
Second rate, second division. You know what I mean? But
That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that statement.
yes. What's going on, Katie? What's so happy?
I was just laughing at that. I'm just checking to see if there's any other wrestling news.
Yeah.
you
Okay, I
hoping-
think we're ready to wrap it up.
I think we are too. You probably going on Twitter hoping Conan will respond back. Like, yeah, come on, Conan, respond.
I want to see. Cody is on Helwani right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out in a bit too. Cody Rhodes, he's Ariel Hawani.
What was SmackDown's rating?
MSG is your legendary place.
5 maybe. Let me see. 2.46.
Not bad. Not bad. And no Roman in the building. A show with no Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? So that's pretty good. Anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap things up here now. All right. I want to thank you guys for tuning in this wonderful afternoon, taking the time out of your day to come listen to us. We'll be back tomorrow with the Raw rundown. Yes, there will be also a Let's Talk NXT.
No, there won't be. Stop lying to the people.
Yes.
Stop lying. You guys quit. You're done.
Do you want to be a what? And Let's Talk NXT. Nah,
Yeah,
Steve's
sure.
it's gonna be another terrible show, and then Steve's gonna have a mental breakdown on the air.
No. There's gonna be a show. There's gonna be a show.
Just
There's
rename that show. NXT makes us sad. Call it that.
Yeah,
Two fads.
and it's NXT makes us talk SAD, something about Dynamite.
No. So you'll see. Me and Mike came up with something, so we're gonna continue it. We're gonna continue it. All right.
Oh, isn't it? Yeah, I think I was there when I talked about this.
So there's that also. All right. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Also, this past Saturday, Chase debuted his show on the Around the Point Network, Chilling with Chase. If you guys have not checked that out, go give it a listen. Very good stuff. All right. Katie, what are you doing, buddy? What are you
I was
doing?
laying back. My back hurts.
I thought you
Call
were.
it WTF as NXT.
You never know. You never
NXT
know.
Look at Pay Luke
this
calling
week.
you out in the chat. He's calling you out.
Hold up. Bro.
Yeah,
Hold
if
up.
I
So
Steve, you were so
disinterested in your
disinterested in the last NXT.
Why are you doing it, Steve? Even the chat is like, why are you doing it? Why?
Everybody's just kind of like, why are we doing this, Steve?
Call it what the why, Steve? You were so disinterested in the last NXT review. Big Mike.
Have you watched it back? Have you watched it?
No.
Go watch it.
I
Go
know.
see how disinterested you were.
Big Mike though, but I know here's the thing, if it was up to me, we wouldn't do it, but Big Mike said we have to. We must, right? Is that right, Mike?
Mike's not a quitter.
Yes.
He don't got that
Mike
quitter.
don't quit.
He got that dog in him.
Yes.
He's got Nick Sirianni. Got that Nick
Exactly.
Sirianni dog.
So
Too
there's that.
No, I'm not a loser.
Yes. So there's that. All right, guys. I want to thank you guys again. You guys can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. If you are new to the Around the Point Network, please hit that subscribe button down below. Please. Be so appreciated. All right. Sous Chef Mike, let them know where can they check you out.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Detroit Gamer 313.
Okay. And of course, we have here Line Cook himself, Caden Lee. Line Cook, where can they check you out?
You can find me on Twitter at Kaden, KADEN_FTW. You can find me this week on the Around the Point Network right here, doing a lot of the shows. I probably will not be on NXT because that show fucking sucks. And then I should have a new episode of Book It with my guest SP3 coming out sometime, hopefully this week, maybe early next week.
Okay.
What are you
And
booking?
what are you booking?
We booked the end of the Bloodline story.
Boy.
Oh boy. Can't wait.
Did you put Hikaleo in there?
I did not. I did not.
Put Tamatanga in there. Put Tamatanga in there. War games.
It's coming.
Neither are in there. I had a different.
And of course, coming in today, our guest here, head of entertainment and hospitality at the restaurant, Romeo. Let them know.
For Romeo Anthony, Twitter and Instagram. Check me out later tonight watching Raw. Rated Raw Superstars over on the True Heel Heat Wrestling YouTube channel.
There you go. There you go. Again, just so you guys know, also real quick, this Thursday, for all the New Japan heads out there, we'll be previewing, predicting Battle in the Valley this Thursday, 8 p.m. And then Friday at 10 p.m., the flagship show Around the Point, we're previewing, predicting Elimination Chamber. All right, just to give you guys the heads up on that. And with that being said, guys, I want to thank you guys as always. All right, for myself, for Big Mike, for Caden, for Romeo, for the gang, for FanDuel, DraftKings, and for fucking up our parlays and being the fixes in, for that fucking bum ass referee for calling that bad decision, for referee Mark Goddard and the judges in Australia who fucked up the fight. For Jay White and everyone else, this has been Steve's Kitchen on the Around the Point Network. Good night, everyone. Have a wonderful fucking day.
Listen. Fuck up. Get out.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.